Stones echo in my street, so I cocked the 9. Fine line. Griffinstein. I must be doing wrong, cause nothing I say is right. We sing the same song, she's singing the same fight. The picture seems strong, but nothing can do no more. That's what I can't condone if I know everything's right. Never can tell when it's my time to shine. I keep a Hello and welcome to the How Do You View You podcast with your host, Griffinstein. This is the podcast about self-reflection, inspection, and correction. We just trying to ask the questions that you really need to unlock what you really want to do in this life or the next. You just, it's self-reflection. That's all. And today's topic is young mind with the old body. It's rough. I'll just tell you, it's rough when you feel like you can do stuff that you really can't do anymore. And it's not a thing where you've given up or anything, because we still do everything we trying to do, but we're not as active as we used to be. So as older people is what I'm saying. I turned 50 this year. That's why I'm saying it like that, because you used to hop up and do stuff and really be what you wanted to be in life. Because I worked at the post office, I worked all of these places, so you could eat all of this garbage, because you was gonna work it off. We drank soda, but we could still work it off. But now it's like shit. We get to a point, you get a job. Most of us get a job where we don't have to do that much, or you've been at a job so long that you know the job, so you don't have to do that much. So we don't do as much, and if we don't go out to go, do exercises or whatever, shit, your muscles tighten up. And stretching is an easy way to fix it. I'm learning that now. I thought I had, problems that I was gonna have to get surgery for, and I did a few simple stretches, and shit, I'm feeling good. And the reason I'm saying that is because, without going too deep, I might be selling my house soon, and there's this vine that's grow all across the I guess you call it a stone wall. Anyway, I took it, I cut it. I was cutting it off, and it's rough, and I think something got me, but I was cutting everything off, and for a second there, I was really moving and shaking, and because I have back pain every day. Every day I have back pain until I started doing these, the exercises. But it felt good for a minute out there. I didn't feel anything. Like I was really I was moving, and I remarked in my mind, like, wow, if I could live like this, maybe getting older ain't that bad, but it seeped back in. Well, the next day it seeped back in because I did too much, and that's what the problem is. When we get a little bit of relief, we push hard. Well, some of us do. Some of us never push hard. But I'm just saying, people like me, we push harder because it's such a joy to be out in nature, doing stuff. I was cutting stuff. It was just good to be able to work without thinking about the pain. I was just enjoying the music and doing my work. But the point of this podcast, this episode, Old Body, Young Mind, is because years go past fast. You thought you could. You used to run a 40 in no time flat. Now you barely, you get off the fucking couch and it sounds like somebody chewing Doritos in your joints. So it's more of a, it's more of a thing of realizing what you are. And if you're trying to get whole fitness, you got to be able to use it. You got to utilize it. Riding bikes, swimming, whatever it is, find something to do. It's not even that hard, really. It's just to walk. It's not even as dangerous. In Richmond, it's not as dangerous. I mean, they won't kill you. They will rob you. So you won't die. But but the thing, what I really want to iterate though is the fact. The fact of it. You are older, and if you're not moving to loosen these muscles and stuff, you're going to be in a lot of pain. A lot of people, I actually stopped eating dairy last month. Dairy, so cheese, eggs, and coffee. I cut coffee, which was a long time staple, but it gave me heart flutters, and I always wondered what that was. And it's a dehydrator, and it saps potassium and magnesium. So I just stopped, and I enjoy coffee, but it's actually poison. In the thought process of it just takes too much water for me. I don't like drinking water as it is. So, but still, I want to nail down that sometimes we feel that we can do stuff that we can't do. Because this dude's out here now that's 50, 60 years old talking about they finna beat somebody's ass. Nigga. So, it sounds good, because you used to could. But a lot of us ain't did nothing in like 20, 30 years. You just never realize that. These niggas is grandfathers. These are grandfathers. And they probably still can fight. But you don't want to find out on fight day. You don't want to find out on fight day that you can't fight. And these days, nigga, you do that. You develop your mouthpiece is all I'm saying. And for women too. You just can't get up and do what you want to do. It's a dirty game, but it's not. You can rewind it. Get out, get up. We was talking about when we was doing O-Car. We was talking about doing the jumping jack. Not jumping jacks. I was doing the hand things. God damn it, double dutch. We was thinking of doing the double dutch thing, but it'll be people our age doing it, and people that don't know, they think they're gonna do. It's plenty of videos out there of people thinking that they can run on picnics. It's finna be summertime. Niggas finna be pulling out they whatchamacalls and thinking, and then the young dudes is the devil, because they'll egg that shit on, and they know. They'll know. But now, what I'm saying though is, train. Ain't nothing wrong with training. Get up and get out. Now when you go there, you can blow these niggas' doors off because you know how to run, and you can do it that way. Because it's not that you can't run, it's that your body isn't the same when you used to run. So you're gonna lean forward more, and that's when them niggas fall. I've seen it. That's when they fall, when they lean forward trying to dig in. It's like your body is heavier in the front, nigga. So you can't just do it. But anyway, this isn't a diss or anything, because it's me. I'm going through what I'm going through. I'm having aches and pains, and I got a bum knee, I got a bum back, I got an ankle that I lightly broke, I think.
I am what you pretend to be. You lacking what you see in me. Fight it back and let the demons see how your morals crumble when you facing light adversity. Ain't no way you fucking strong as me. It's not your fault, it's just your pedigree. When I fall, it's for the world to see, while others make excuses, making ways to get back on our feet. Standing strong like
And I just never went to the doctor, and it's still sore now. I did a Spartan race when I was 340 pounds, I think. But I was climbing that shit. I couldn't hold my own body weight on none of those. So I had to do so if you can't, in each each obstacle, if you can't do the actual obstacle, anything that I had to pull my body weight up, you had to do 10 burpees. And that gets you. But I climbed, but I climbed one obstacle, and it was I climbed one to get into the race area. Then you go up a mud hill, down a mud hill, up a mud hill, down a mud hill. That third mud hill, I slipped and tore everything in my ankle and slid all the way down, and it hurt. It hurt. So within the first I had already lightly broke my ankle. But I finished the race. I finished the whole 5 points because, and I'm gonna tell you why. And this is nothing to do with me, but it has everything to do with me. I'm a champion. But it was we had to run through this brook. It crossed this brook. It was out there in Patterson. So we had to run through this brook, and it was freezing cold. That kept my ankle not numb, but it kept it small. But once I finished that shit, man, that thing blew up to the size of like 2 grapefruits. I said, oh no. I think I limped for 6 months. I think I limped for 6 months. Man, that ain't even funny, really. Because what's going to end up happening is somebody told me that arthritis can set in, and they're either going to have to go re-break it, which, goddamn, or they're going to have to, I'm going to have to do some kind of surgery. But it doesn't hurt. It only hurts when I touch it. What I've been which brings me to another point: castor oil. I know I got some that's expeller pressed, which means it goes. It may get warmed up a little bit because expeller is like a grinder. So they just smash it in there, and any oil that comes out, they accumulate it and filter it. What you need is cold pressed. I have expeller, but it works anyway. Castor oil. I think Yahweh Awakened talk about it, and it worked, or Barbara O'Neill. I couldn't remember. It was one of the two, but both of them said it. I think when Yahweh said it, I was just like, okay, let me just get some. So I got it and put it on some of these, knots that I have in my foot and on my ankle, and I put it on my face actually because it soaks in, so it doesn't. It's not like shea. I don't like shea butter. Shea butter is useful, for sometimes. Like if you really got to get somewhere and you want to shine, goddamn it, use some shea butter. But castor oil, I put it on my eyes. I put it on it broke down. I can feel it broke down. The little knot. I had a nodule, something under it was hard. It's very hard, like a calcium deposit on my foot, and it's softened. But you got to use it every day. And what they want you to do is use like Band-Aids. So put some of it on a Band-Aid and then stick it on there and then let it go. But yeah, I'm a proponent. I'm a proponent of castor oil. Now, they say there's a black castor oil, but it's the same thing, but it's toasted. Now, from what I'm gathering from certain aspects, anything you burn is you create nitrates and carcinogens. That's why they tell you not to smoke weed. If you smoke it, you try to take it as natural or juice it. I want to grow some, but I don't know if I want to do that. I'm good at that. Just want to make sure that some of the stuff is make sure that the castor oil is cold pressed, and I'm gonna go get some. But if you need it, it is heavy. It is a heavy, viscous, and it feels weird. But if you do it like before you go to bed, your sheets may be oily, but it really soaks in fast. And the way that they was explained is that it goes deeper than any other oil. So my thinking is, if it goes deep, look, for arthritic people, because we back on the young mind, old body, where these are things that you can use to get some of because arthritis is just inflammation. So what I'm saying is, if you put rub that on there, and then you have a second something in there like CBD, or there's some mushrooms they say that does that too. That can go in and knock out all of that. Even ginger. Even ginger, they say, if you mix it, they didn't say this, but it's a carrier oil. So what I'm saying is, if you use a augmented oil, like, I don't know if you can use essential oils, but if you find something else that can go into that the carrier oil can put into your hand or foot or anything, because you can put it anywhere. Some people drop it in their eyes. It's a little too thick for me to do that. And there's nothing wrong with my eyes. I know I can't, it's certain things I can't see. And that's another thing about the young. You don't want to wear glasses. I don't want to wear glasses. But I wear glasses. But see, they tell me I need glasses, but then they say, "Oh, is you perfect in one eye, but you can't see in the other." Then they give you glasses with the damn thing on it, and now you can't see out of it. It's a I don't know. You don't want to get me started on medical, but it's a lean thing. Everything is to get you to lean, a subscription. Everything is a subscription. So I just don't, Anyway, my point is, get you some castor oil for any of these bumps, breaks. They say they get rid of stretch marks and dark spots, but I don't really pay attention that deep to anything like that. I tell you what it did do. It healed this beard. This shit was looking like a gang of spiders was chilling under my thing. It was broken and everything, but now it's getting longer. It's shiny. I know it's shining in the dark. We all shine in the dark. But anyway, castor oil. So that's really the message for today is treat yourself better. And if you plan on doing so, some of us are very active. I try to ride my bike a lot in this summertime now. I got to go get it fixed. But yeah, just be active when you doing these things and take your age into consideration. Don't try to strong arm something because unfortunately we don't eat the right foods and we don't have enough nutrient stuff where if you get hurt, nigga, you hurt for a very long time, especially now. It's the way that the medical system is set up. Everything is a drug now. Like, case in point, which I didn't know was a thing, but at 2020, I was 360. I just weighed myself today, almost 5 years later, and I'm 207. And I didn't get any, nothing. I didn't do nothing. I just stopped eating what the stuff I was eating, and I'm still cutting stuff out. But niggas is losing 100 pounds in a month now. If you can get certain stuff. It's just everything is so quick now that you don't savor the flavor. You don't learn any really you don't really learn any self discipline when you do it. That's why we was talking about fake it till you make it, and that's what we dealing with now. All of these people then faked it till they made it, but shit, you change yourself when you fake it till you make it. But health is something you can't fake. You just can't fake it, and I mean it works. And yeah, I understand too, because it's something to be in the public eye and to not be able to work because you're bigger or smaller, they might, because I remember 50 Cent did that movie and lost all that for that cancer movie, and I was like, man, this nigga really want to be an actor, because that can't be healthy. But he's a healthy person. He seems to be anyway. I don't know what he does, but I understand what that is, and I understand that some people it's just what you're doing. It's your life, and But man, anyway, young mind, old body. Keep your young mind though, and just take care of your old body. That's all I gotta say. That has been your episode of How Do You View You. I got a couple more episodes. It was 5 years ago. 5 years. Well, it's not 5 years yet, but it was 5 years I was supposed to do the podcast. I'm trying to stay up with it, but because I was finna end the show, and I always do this. But I would like to say that the book is out. I don't know if I did an episode since then, but the Prose Frozen in Vogue Flora is out. It's on Barnes and Noble as an ebook, and then I have books, I have books, and the books are at the Multicultural Bookstore in Richmond for $33, and at Gratitude for $33, and I have them on me, and that's the only way I can sign it. I was carrying the wrong pen around. It's very glossy paper, so I have to carry a metallic pen to sign them. So if you bought one, let me know, and if you bought it from abroad, let me know. I'll get it and sign it, and I'll pay the shipping and send it to you with a signature on it. So thank you for everybody that did it, and the album dropped. Revival dropped May 31st. Finally, finally, I've been waiting because it's the best. It's the best. It's the music that I enjoy making now. It's that probably need to be a whole episode. Actually, I'll just break this up in two. But I was never so the whole what I guess what I'll say is Revival is the new. So I'm what the aim of it is I'm gonna kill Griffenstein. Ceremoniously, I'm still gonna rap, but I'm gonna rap under the name D.A. the Griff. I counted it out with numbers and everything, so I'm trying to, get into my right space with the right names. But I think Griff is best. Anyway, the reason why I didn't some of that music I was doing before is the music I thought I was supposed to be making for people, for my hood, for the streets, for this, for that, for this. And it was convoluted because I didn't know really where I was going with it. I didn't know what I was doing. I don't shoot people, but we got shot at. You know what I mean? We don't hurt people, but sometimes people get hurt. You know what I mean? So it was just me being a reporter of my thing, and that's not really what I wanted to do. I never really still glorified it. I really just spoke on it in ways where people can understand what was going on in my city. And it's not going on like that anymore. And in fact, it was a long time ago when you really sit back. Old mind, young body. Young mind, old body. That we don't even, I don't even know that anymore. Like, I'm in corporate America. Well, I work for it. So it's like, I'm not even that, So I'm this music is more, it's still dark. Don't get me wrong, because I'm talking about America. I'm talking about how certain people are treated and how they are not treated. So it's still dark music because it's still us defining art, respect, and knowledge. It's just more of me. And my cousin told me, Danny, part of the Together band from the 60s and some of the 70s, early 70s, he plays bass in there. We're going to get his biopic done. He told me, he said, Alan. My middle name is Alan, so he calls me Alan. He said, Alan, I hear you now. And when he said that, I understood what he meant, because before it was just rah, 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 rah. That shit is tiring, and I don't want to invite that. So when now I figure out the manifesting stuff, and I was wondering why stuff wasn't working for me, and because it never was me. I mean, it never was me. I mean, it's never really it's not anybody, really. And the people that make it them, they can make it them. But it wasn't me. It wasn't me. It wasn't the people that's around me, but we dealt with it. I just don't deal with it now. In fact, I don't deal with nothing now. I mean, I deal with people on one-to-one, but no danger. The danger is when I'm on the streets and on my bike, these people are not watching where they're going. They're not even looking. They're looking down. Everybody's looking down. It's just spooky to be on the streets. Anyway, the album is out. I'm going to share it as much as I can. I don't even know how else to say it, because I didn't share it. I wasn't doing stuff. That changes, because I'm expecting people to do what I'm not even doing. I'm not, because my thought process was not of this world. It was more of a, like, I'm gonna just put it out. I'll tell you what brought me to this crux. What brought me to this crux was I did my taxes. And I saw how much money, excuse me, I'm sorry, I shouldn't do that on camera. But buying taxes showed me how much money I spent on this equipment, because I lost the camera. We did the movie, but I don't know what's happening with that. They say it's $2 million, whatchamacalls, but whatever. I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing. My aim is to do 2 movies this year, 2 books, and 2 albums. The Exorcism album that's where I'm going to kill Griffenstein. Is ceremoniously kill Griffenstein, and D.A. the Griff will be born in that new album. I don't know what I'm gonna call it yet. I wanted to call it like indoctrination, or something else. I like another thing, but I'm not gonna say it until. till I get it copywritten. I wanna stop doing that because I'm learning that the more I get into this, I know 50 years old trying to break into rap, but do you know what I will say though about that is, no matter what you're doing, do it, because there's a niche. There's a niche for you. There's always something. In Richmond alone, my city, Richmond, California, I think there's 100,050 people. All I needed was 10,000 people to buy an album a year at $10 and a hoodie a year for $30 or $40. 10,000 people, and I could be supported by my art. Now we could say the same thing, for just the world. 10,000 people in the whole world, I can't get 10,000 people? I'm fucking up because I'm wrong. I know what I am. I just have to, get out and get it. So that's what this aim is to get that. I'm done. I'm done with all of this other stuff. I want to start really writing. I got 2 more books, and the Revival got a book coming with it. It's going to explain some of the lyrics, some of the stuff. I'm going to leave to the imagination because I don't want to explain everything. Because some of that stuff is deeper than, that shit scared me. I don't know where, and I don't know where it came from. I can tell you that it comes from my wealth of knowledge, but I don't know where that shit came. I was listening to songs like the even from gospel. I was listening to Avarice, and that shit is wrong. I mean, the beat is a little. I made the beats. That's what I'm saying. So the Capricornicus, the Cashmere Dookie, all of that is gonna be something if I can get what I need. So anyway, that's really the update. I'm gonna try to keep working on these. I was supposed to make these smaller so that I could get more out. But I think after these 60 podcasts, I'm gonna stop. But I think I'm gonna do another one, but more along the lines of an everyday thing with minimal editing and maybe just 5 or 6 minutes. Because on Facebook, if you follow me on Facebook, it's John Griffin on Facebook, and then D.A. Griffinstein on Instagram and X, I guess they call it now. I be dropping little things that I say, but I need to make that work for me in one way or another. And people have been telling me you should say that on camera. People love to see people say it, especially because the stuff I'm saying is funny, but it's not funny. It's funny because this nigga crazy, but it's not really funny because I did one that said, shout out to people that go and get their toenails done. Get their feet done, because if I see you with dirt under your toenails this summer, I'm not going to treat you regular. # special teams. Because I'm not going to treat you regular if you have it. And then my boy Cleckley, he's like, man, I don't think I ever got to see my nails with dirt under in my toenails, but I have. I do these. I remember when everybody was wearing jellies and them foam sandals, and yeah, man, we was in Mendocino. Yeah, they had a lot of shit under their nails. It was rowdy. So anyway, I don't know if I'm gonna do that. The whole thing feel like performing to me, and I know I'm gonna have to perform these songs. That's what really is. Thing. So I'm getting ready. I'm gonna have to learn how to read and read the crowd and really get out there and do it at 50. But do it. What else you gonna do? If you don't have anything to make you happy, then what are you getting up for? I know it's responsibilities and stuff like that, but you gotta have something that makes you smile. Find that, and that's what I wanted to. I don't really like to say people's names because I just don't. But I wanted to say something to the Wilder dude that was fighting. I wanted to tell, but I want to tell everybody though. It's just like, where's your heart at? Where's your heart at? Try to find that path. Try to find where your heart is at. If it's not in boxing or if it's not wherever it is, try to find where your heart is and make your life curve that way. And when I say curve that way, simply put, if you like to bake, surround yourself with bakers or bake every day. If you like to run, go to marathons, walk them at first. You can walk them and then start to run them. Get these people around you that do what you like to do. You're not gonna find, you're not gonna find your soulmate in your house, and you're not gonna find your soulmate online. You're gonna find your soulmate in a common room where y'all both like something or both dislike something, because that can attract too. So you gotta get out. You gotta be, it's dangerous out here, but it's dangerous in the house. Get out. Go get out and be somebody. And be somebody you like. Be somebody you like. That's all I can tell you. This has been your episode of How Do You View You with your host, Griffinstein, soon to be D.A. Griff. D.A. the Griff, I should say. I appreciate everybody. I'm going to be in grind mode. So if you see me sharing a lot, either share it or mute me. I can handle it either way. I'm looking for my 10,000. I'm only looking for my 10,000 people. I'm only looking for my 10,000. Once I get my 10,000, you and I both know, once you get your 10,000, that shit's gonna organically grow, and that's what's gonna happen. And then I could be able to do my music. I can start coming back and helping other people. We can get other people to stop trying to do, everybody should do music. I ain't gonna lie, everybody should do music, because music, rapping, when you rapping about something that's doing your mind, you get sharper, because you have to learn to rap. So find your love and get it, so I can help everybody else do what they have to do. That's my thought anyway. That's my hope. I'm not ending the show again, so thank you, and stay dark.
Screams echo in my street, so I cocked the 9. Fine line. Griffinstein. I must be doing wrong, cause nothing I say is right. Illumination is the conversation, while the dark folk shining out of desperation. Heard the sharp folk are dining on the congregation. We need a bigger boat to cope with the orchestration. Where your mama at?